How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, you guys, we're going to be talking about the Cyrus family because the tea is piping freaking hot. So according to new reports, you guys, Miley Cyrus has allegedly heard that leaked audio of Billy Ray Cyrus calling her a Frank with an S, and shocker to no one, she's not happy, she's not speaking to him, and she has some thoughts. Plus, you guys, Tish and Noah Cyrus were reportedly seen out together publicly for the first time in 3 years, and I find it incredibly convenient that we're seeing them together publicly for the first time in years after that leaked Billy Ray Cyrus text message where it appears as though he was the one who leaked the story about Tish stealing her husband Dominic Purcell from Noah. You guys, I have so many thoughts on all of the Cyrus family tea. I cannot wait to get into it with you guys, but first, because this is the first pop off of the week, you know, I have to check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. So let me know how you are, what you've been up to, all of that good stuff down below. Me personally, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a little bit today because I have not slept good the past 2 nights, but thankfully this Cyrus family tea is getting me through. Other than that, you guys, I will say we had a fun little family getaway this weekend. We went down to Solvang, which is this super cute Dutch town about 2 hours outside of LA. We did some wine tasting, ate some delicious food, had a pool day on Sunday once we got home. So I will say it was a really fun family weekend that did have me feeling rejuvenated for the week until I just did not sleep good because of my little overactive insomniatic brain. But enough about me, you guys, because I know you're like, Maddison, it sounds like the Cyrus family is imploding, and honestly, you guys, it kind of is. So straight to the tea, people, go ahead and help out your fellow straight to the tea people by dropping this time code down there in the comments. And now let's get to unwrapping these Miley, Noah, Tish, and Billy Ray Cyrus facts. All right, you guys, so first up, a little recap for those of you who might not be fully caught up on what's going on. So Billy Ray Cyrus, aka Miley and Noah's dad, is currently in the midst of divorcing his wife of 7 months, Fire Rose. And you guys, to say this divorce is contentious would literally be the biggest understatement. There's been allegations of toxic behavior on both sides. Billy Ray Cyrus has accused Fire Rose of charging thousands and thousands of dollars on his credit card. Fire Rose has accused Billy Ray of not returning all of her belongings to her. It's been a tit for tat, back and forth situation when it comes to their divorce. That is until late last week, you guys, when the Daily Mail released a leaked audio conversation. And honestly, me saying conversation is a nice way to put it. It was definitely giving more of an altercation than just a conversation. This leaked audio did not look good for Billy Ray Cyrus at all. On the leaked audio from the Daily Mail, you can hear Billy Ray calling Fire Rose pretty much every name in the book. He's calling her an effing idiot. He's calling her an effing witch with a B. I'll put a link to the original article down below, but essentially just know the way that Billy Ray was speaking to Fire Rose is no way that any human should ever speak to one another. Now, in addition to this leaked audio where we heard Billy Ray Cyrus calling Fire Rose all kinds of names, he also seemingly called his daughter Miley Cyrus a Frank with an S. In another portion of the leaked audio, you guys, we hear Billy Ray engaged in another conversation, and we assume it's another conversation because he begins referring to himself in third person. He's talking about how Fire Rose had 2 children before Billy Ray, and then he goes on to mention all of his kids by name, but in place of saying Miley, he's heard on this audio saying, quote, everyone knows that devil's a skank. That's what I mean by Frank with an S. You guys know, obviously, for YouTube purposes, we have to get creative sometimes on the words that we use. Now, the Daily Mail goes on to report that it's unclear if Billy Ray Cyrus is referring to Miley or his ex-wife Tish when he says everyone knows that devil's a. But at this point, I don't really think it matters because we now have this new report from the Daily Mail that's giving us some insight into Miley Cyrus's reaction to this leaked audio. Now, this insider shared that Miley Cyrus has not spoken to her dad since her mother filed for divorce back in 2022 after 28 years of marriage. And honestly, after this leaked audio, it sounds like Miley Cyrus is going to continue to not speak to her dad because the source went on to say, quote, there is no excuse ever for a father to call his daughter a. Any inkling of respect that Miley had for her father is gone. He is dead to her. This source went on to share that Miley is not surprised to hear these words come from her father's mouth, while a second insider noted that her emotions are all over the place, which makes complete sense to me. According to the first source, though, you guys, Billy Ray did try to excuse the audio to Miley, saying that it was, quote, taken out of context, but Miley is reportedly refusing to, quote, entertain any apology from her father. This source shared that Miley was also hurt to hear how her dad dad referred to her mom in a leaked text message, which the names that he called Tish in that leaked text message were awful. He also referred to her as a Frank with an S, but more on that leaked text message in just a second, because this insider went on to share that Miley is trying to just be an independent woman who refuses to let her dad or any man break her heart. Ugh, I know I need to save my pop off, but I can't lie to you guys. I really feel for Miley in this situation, but let's go ahead and get back to that leaked text message. So along with that leaked audio that the Daily Mail released, you guys, there was also a text exchange between Billy Ray, his publicist, and his manager. Now, the text that was leaked came from Billy Ray on February 25th, and it appears as though this text is referring to Tish Cyrus's interview on Call Her Daddy, where she really revealed a lot that went down in her and Billy Ray's marriage from her perspective. And in this text that Billy Ray sent, it reads, quote, "Somebody went on a podcast to promote their podcast and came off like, sorry, I'm drunk and accidentally told the truth for a change." Billy Ray goes on to say, quote, "It's in her own words, she's a liar, a whore, and a cheat, complete scum of the earth, a fraud, makes Deanna Lohan look like Mother Teresa, step-cessed is about to blow up in this face." And then as you can see by this leaked text, it's Billy Ray's publicist who responds saying truth with the 100 emoji. Now, 2 days after Billy Ray sent that text, you guys, again, please note it was sent on February 25th. On February 27th, news breaks on Us Magazine that a source claims Tish Cyrus allegedly stole her husband, Dominic Purcell, from her daughter, Noah Cyrus. Again, please remember, Billy Ray Cyrus said stepcest is about to blow up in her face. Now, when we all read this headline and we all got into the details of this report, we were all shocked. Some people didn't believe it. Some people were saying, Maddison, Us Magazine, seriously? There were several developments after this initial Us Magazine report. We were hearing Miley's reaction. We were hearing that Tish and Noah weren't speaking to one another. It essentially caused all of this drama, you guys. And in my opinion, again, this is speculation, but based on that leaked text message and based on the date that news broke, I feel like this story about Tish, Noah, and Dominic leaked from Billy Ray Cyrus and his team, because again, the dates are a little too coincidental, and you guys, we know that Noah Cyrus was on Billy Ray Cyrus's side when it came to the divorce. We know her and her brother were the only two Cyrus siblings who attended his wedding to Fire Rose, so if anyone were to know about what Tish did, it obviously would have been Noah, and obviously at some point she might have been close enough to her dad to tell him this information. Absolute insanity. Again, I know it's speculation and I know I'm kind of popping off, but that leaked text really spoke volumes in my opinion. Now, continuing on with this fresh to you guys, again, like I mentioned, when that story broke about Tish and Noah and Dominic, several sources came forward and said how Tish and Noah weren't speaking to one another, their relationship was estranged, the divide was deep, they weren't sure how they were going to make their way back to one another. However, now, like I briefly mentioned at the beginning of this video, after that leaked text message, it appears Noah and Tish have started speaking again, because you guys, for the first time in 3 years, the mother-daughter duo were seen publicly. According to an eyewitness who spoke to the Daily Mail, you guys, Noah and Tish were seen leaving Encino Financial Center together yesterday. An eyewitness told the Daily Mail that they spent 2 hours together at the center that reportedly offers financial management and law advice. Again, in my opinion, you can't tell me this is pure coincidence. I have so many thoughts about Miley's alleged reaction to the leaked audio, Tish and Noah being seen together after that leaked text message. You guys, my mind is boggled. I can't wait to share more of my thoughts with you guys. We're gonna go ahead and make this pop-off official, again with a different kind of bubbly, because you guys know I am still on my health journey and I haven't worked out yet today. So we're gonna pop off with a different kind of bubbly. We're still gonna do a shambong, and we're gonna get into my thoughts about this Cyrus family drama. So you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I kind of think it's a wrap on Billy Ray Cyrus, okay? Because I don't know how you publicly or personally come back from any of this. How do you publicly come back from the public thinking you called your incredibly famous Grammy-winning daughter a Frank with an S? Even if you are trying to claim it was taken out of context, I don't think anyone's buying what you're selling. And let's just for 1 second even say, oh, maybe he's not talking about Miley. Maybe he's talking about Tish. That's still the mother of your children. What are you doing speaking about her in that way? How do you publicly or personally come back from it appearing as though you leaked a story about your ex-wife stealing her husband from your daughter? I mean, that is one of the craziest stories we've heard thus far in 2024, and the fact that it's appearing as though it was leaked from Billy Ray Cyrus himself, I honestly can't even believe we've gotten to this point. Again, it is not confirmed that it was leaked from Billy Ray Cyrus, but in my opinion, it's just too eerie and weird that he sent that text to his publicist on February 25th, and 2 days later, after his publicist said Truth 100, which by the way, publicists are the ones who typically speak to media outlets in their client's favor, it's just too coincidental to me that we got that text on February 25th and 2 days later news leaked on Us Magazine. In my opinion, the math is mathing, and it's definitely not in Billy Ray Cyrus's favor. And you know, obviously when that audio came out about Billy Ray and Fire Rose, I thought it was absolutely disgusting. Again, like I said earlier, I don't believe any human should speak to one another the way that Billy Ray Cyrus was speaking to Fire Rose on that tape. You guys should also know someone from his team, once again, clearly tried to speak to Us Magazine, and a source shared that a little backstory behind that argument was allegedly Nicki Minaj invited Billy Ray Cyrus to come perform with her earlier this year. Fire Rose didn't want Billy to do the performance because she had an important meeting the next day and she wanted him to get a good night's rest. Billy Ray was reportedly upset that Fire Rose was causing him to miss this performance. This insider claims that Fire Rose grew physical with Billy Ray, and that leaked audio was his reaction after she got physical with him. Obviously, a separate insider that was very clearly from Fire Rose's team spoke out and said, you know, this is just somebody trying to spin a story, trying to spin the narrative. None of this is true. To me, I don't even think the backstory behind the audio really matters because it's just awful in general. I do also want to mention that Fire Rose has broken her silence on this leaked audio. She posted this interesting statement over on her Instagram. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, her response was a little odd in my opinion, but either way, I think we can all agree that the leaked audio was bad, and it was especially bad for Billy Ray because if anything, it kind of backs up Fire Rose's claims that Billy Ray was emotionally and verbally abusive towards her during their marriage. I'm telling you, that looks bad. It looks bad that you were either calling your daughter or your ex-wife a Frank with an S. It looks bad that you might have leaked a horrible story about your daughter. All of it looks terrible for Billy Ray. And you guys, I know I've said this before in the lives, but I want to say it again. If I were Miley Cyrus, I would absolutely want nothing to do with Billy Ray Cyrus. I would want nothing to do with my dad. And to be honest with you guys, I think after all of this, I don't think Miley Cyrus is going to be the only Cyrus sibling who doesn't want anything to do with him. I truly think Billy Ray and his creepy pigtail braids and smizing might be done. And that is pure shade to Billy Ray Cyrus, okay? You guys know I cannot stand him and his pigtail braids. The only man who can pull off pigtail braids is Willie Nelson. So that is not shade towards Billy. It is strictly shade towards Billy Ray, and it's deserved. In my opinion, the only slight silver lining in this situation is the fact that Billy Ray's outbursts might bring the rest of the Cyrus family together. You know, I'm happy that Tish and Noah were seen out together publicly. I'm hoping that the ice between the two is starting to melt. And also, it's not lost on me that they were seen together at a place that offers legal advice. Obviously, again, pure speculation, but all I have to say to Noah and Tish is go get him. I'm also hopeful, you guys, that maybe this leaked audio and this leaked text will bring Miley and Noah back together. Whenever that story initially broke about Tish, Dominic, and Noah, a source spoke out to People Magazine and said that, you know, Miley was on her mother's side, and we were all kind of confused by that. We were like, Miley, this is your sister. Like, girl, come on. But clearly there was more going on behind the scenes than we knew at the time. So I'm hopeful that all of this could lead to Noah and Miley sitting down with one another, and maybe it might even improve their sisterly relationship, which I think would be a good thing. Ultimately, in my opinion, I think this whole thing is going to lead to Billy Ray Cyrus being on an island completely by himself, and I truly, you guys, in my personal opinion, feel like that's completely deserved. And I also believe, you guys, that this is not going to be the last explosive piece of tea that comes from the Cyrus family. So, you know, whenever anything else happens, I'll be sitting right here to fill you in on it. All right, you guys, that's the latest I have for you on on the Cyrus family tea? I want to hear all of your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back here to check out my YouTube shorts and my other videos. You guys also don't forget to tune into tomorrow's live happy hour hang going down at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. I also want to once again mention that I launched a channel membership, you guys. It's so easy to join. You just go to my channel homepage and you'll see the join button right next to the subscribe. With the channel membership, you get access to a members only live that goes down at noon Pacific Standard Time. You get access to an exclusive video every Friday. So if you're a video person and you love videos, you get a guaranteed video every single Friday. Your name is also highlighted so your comments can be prioritized, and you get access to our exclusive House of Hill group chat over on Discord. You guys also don't forget to check out my merch store over at houseofhill.com. And on that note, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.